That's right. When the Saints go marching in, I want to be in St. Albans. Good evening, folks, and welcome to DinamoTV. It's episode 9 of the official podcast of the St. Albans Dinamo Football Club. My name is Tonchi Prusats, and I am very, very honoured. It's a pleasure to be with you hosting the DinamoTV podcast this week. And yeah, we'll be talking about that win from the weekend in detail throughout the show. And a bit later on, we'll be talking to the football operations manager, Jason XERRI, about everything that went on leading up to that game, the fallout of that, and obviously looking ahead to this weekend's game. And it was Jason's birthday on Monday, so let's all make him quite feel welcome when he does come on later on in the show. We'll also have our player of the week. Oh, that's going to be a tough one for the coaching staff and the management to decide who was last week's player of the week. We'll also be speaking to the juniors president tonight, KRISTIAN DOLIC. He'll be talking to us about, well, I would have to say one of the most successful and certainly one of the most adorable programs on offer at Churchill Reserve. And we talk about the Mali Plavi, the Little Blues, as they are translated. And the 2024 program will be shortly commencing. So there's that coming on a bit later on tonight. So there'll be lots and lots to talk about without a shadow of a doubt, and looking forward to that. We've also got some new segments as well. We've got some exciting new segments, including from the vault. So each week we'll be looking at the rich history of this great club. And we'll be digging up some things from the archives. There's some fantastic things out there. And from the vault, something to look forward to each week. This week's Meet the Team. It is going to be the under-18 boys NPL, junior NPL team. For a change, they decided this week they were going to train indoors, so we'll catch up with them a little bit later on. And gosh, what more is there? Oh, Meet the Sponsors, of course. Yes, we've got episode 3 of our Meet the Sponsors weekly segment. Lots happening, so stay with us over the next hour or so as we bring you all of the latest from Churchill Reserve, and we'll be starting with the news desk shortly after this break. Don't go away, folks. It's DinamoTV. Well, we start off with Dinamo news with that win. What a win it was. 4-0 against Moreland City. If ever there was a 6-pointer in the NPL Victoria competition, it would have been that. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of last Sunday's game at Churchill Reserve. Your commentators, Josh Parrish and Craig Filer.
Brought down the on-rushing Moreland striker, Scott BAKKOR.
Yeah, the referee didn't give that, but the official was straight away with his flag pointing for a St. Albans penalty.
That's a yellow card shown to Condolian, and it will be a spot kick. It's going to be Brian Summerskill, who scored from the penalty spot last season against Moreland City in that 1-0 win. And Alex Condolian atoned for his error.
He's not the biggest goalkeeper, is he?
It's Summerskill, sends him the wrong way. Brian Summerskill, ever reliable, buries it in the bottom corner. And St Albans Dinamo hit the front. And a yellow card for the first one.
By the letter of the law, he has to go, doesn't he?
Daniel Ilievski has kept the cards in his pocket.
What is Alex Condolian thinking there? Again, he's going away from goal. No need to not even a need to go there.
Well, I think Alex Condolian can thank his lucky stars that he's still on the pitch to face this penalty, Craig. Very interesting decision. But nevertheless, Dinamo have the chance to go 2 from 2 from the spot here. It's Summerskill again, straight down the middle. And St Albans Dinamo have been the model of efficiency here. 2 chances, 2 goals.
That's football. That in the first half, maybe they just need to put their foot through it sometimes.
This is Divan. Nicely held up and picks out Razumich. Can he get past Ali in the 1v1? Well, Newman Ali is
done well there.
Very tough in those defensive duels. But he's lost out to Shongo. Just picked off very easily by Waters. Thargiev off Summerskill. Half a shout for handball. Summerskill. Raking pass. Finding Razumich, who's onside! And Ivan Razumich surely seals the deal for Dinamo.
That's a great ball from Brian Summerskill, by the way. For those watching at home, just have a look at the pace of that ball. Razumich allowed to have that ball run across his body. 2 goals.
It's been a mature performance, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's headed goalwards and easy pick up for Bulich. That was Kazra Karamad with the header. New man off the bench, former Melbourne City youth player. Tracked in the air by Thargiev and then knocked long, vaguely in the direction of Akuno. Bulich puts his foot through it. Dib. Well, it's pinball at the moment. Can Alan Jerez settle possession for Dinamo and put them through, perhaps for a fourth? Carter Ramsey! And it's tucked in at the back post by Scott BAKKOR. Dinamo with 4.
Yeah, Scott BAKKOR getting his first goal.
Well, he's found a second win, Scott BAKKOR. He looked cooked at about the hour mark, Craig.
He did. He scored now. That gives you a new lease of life, doesn't it, once you get on the score sheet? He's been very good today.
And to be fair, it was a lung-busting run to get to the back post to tuck it in for the 4th goal for Dinamo, and that will do it. Daniel Ilievski blows the final whistle.
Here with senior coach Ryan McGuffey. Obviously, last couple of interviews have been a bit on the downside. This is a different story.
It's a welcome victory for the team. Mishmo Dinamo. No, very happy. The boys deserve that because the work rate they've been putting in on a weekly basis and all through pre-season, they deserve to get something for their effort. And 3 points today with a clean sheet and 4 goals was, really something to be proud of. So that's something to build upon. That's something to maybe kickstart our season.
Half time it was 2-0 up, 2 penalties, but it looked like Moreland had a bit of the game in the first half.
Yeah, they're a good side. Like, they've played against some really solid NPL sides and they've held their own for most of the games. South Melbourne took them in the 94th minute and took a penalty to hold them out and they're the Premier Champions. So yeah, they're a good side. We just had a bit of firing power tonight and we took our chances with 2 penalties and then we didn't sit back. I wanted them, our team, to kick on. I wanted them to press from the front. I didn't want to sit back and invite Moreland onto us. So we took the game to them in the second half. The introduction of Alan Guerres and Carter Ramsey, straight impact, 2 minutes goal, and then we scored another, which Evo took brilliantly. So yeah, all in all, very happy with the result, and it's just good to get a win, to be honest. It just lifts the club, and we've got quite a young team in there, and I think a win will have a massive impact on them to make an impact at this level. So yeah, hopefully they can build on that.
And a tough game next week against you.
Yeah, very tough. They've had a great start to the season so far, up there in the top 5. Yeah, it'll be a tough game on a big pitch. So yeah, we'll work on that this week. We'll work on how we're going to play against them, how we're going to shape up, what press we're going to do, and that'll be things that we'll be thinking about this week.
Well, there we see the ladder now after round 5. That win lifts up St Albans Dinamo from, I think it was bottom spot. So they've risen up about 5 spots on the competition standings. And that's what one win does. It's quite amazing, actually. And I think, as the gaffer said there in that particular clip, the win is going to do the young side an amazing amount of good going ahead into the next few weeks in particular. And now all the attention does turn to Saturday night against Hume City at Hume City Stadium. The kickoff there is for the 23s. It's 5:15, and the seniors are at 8 o'clock. And speaking of the 23s, unfortunately, they weren't able to record a win. It was their 3rd loss on the trot. Must be reiterated that at this level, certainly it's all about the development. Results aren't so important, but nonetheless, from time to time, you do want to get a win, that's for sure. Dinamo, they've won 1, drawn 1, lost 3 in the under-23s. On the weekend, it was a 1-3 loss to Moreland City. Alex Maglaris scoring the lone goal for the DinamoTV, for the Blues. And after the game, Ian Burke, our roving reporter, who's also the under-23s assistant coach, he caught up with the under-23s head coach, Adam Tenanini Tuna. Here's what Tuna had to say after the game.
So here with 21's coach Adam Tenanini. Tuna, disappointing night at the office today.
Yeah, another one, Berkey. Makes it through in the trot now, so he just can't get the rub of the green at the moment. The boys sort of stalled in that second half after a really, really disappointing first one. And we're good for probably a good portion of that half, but copped 2 goals in the last 10 minutes and lost 3-1 in the end. So yeah, that's another disappointing night.
And so how do you turn that around?
Just keep working at it, Berkey. Obviously, you and I will both identify areas that we can improve in. That at least is growing, but we just keep chipping away at it. I've got full confidence in the group and the boys and their ability. We need to start working on their attitude coming into these games because I think that was telling tonight, and one of the reasons why we lost.
Our under-18s have been doing pretty well, pushing for Division 1. Yeah. Are the boys there in that group that we can look at?
Yeah, definitely. There's always boys pushing through. We've got 2 train-ons with us at the moment, as you know, in Yoni and Joey. And look, there's a crop there that I've known for a while that will certainly push, and we'll utilise them as the season progresses. But there's a handful there that can certainly do a job. So I think in terms of depth, I think the club has it, and they'll be pushing through, and that's our role, Berkey, as you know. We'll try and push through as many as we can, and set ourselves up for the setback after the season.
All right, onward to next week at Hume on a Saturday night, hopefully a little bit cooler than today.
Yeah, it was a hot one, but another tough one next week. Hume have always got a good 21/23s team, so we'll have a work cut out. But like I said, I'm confident if the boys bring their A game, we can certainly get something out of it.
No worries, thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Okay, there's that was Adam Tenanini talking to Ian Burke after last Sunday's game. Let's shift our focus now to the junior boys NPL. Scorching conditions. Full credit to all the boys, their coaches, the parents, and everyone. But there are the results there of the games played over the last weekend. We had the under-14s. This was against Green Gully, of course, at Green Gully. The under-14s came up against a very, very strong Green Gully outfit. Unfortunately, they lost 1-4. And James Tabakis was the scorer of that goal, the only goal for Dinamo. The under-15s, their game was postponed at half-time. By that stage, the heat was just ridiculous for the kids. The 16s, they drew 1-1 1-1 with Eric Magro scoring Dinamo's goal. And the under-18s lost to Green Gully 1-2. Joshua Angelis, the goal scorer there. If we look at the ladders, first of all, the 14s and the 15s. The 14s, we see the Blues in 9th position. In the 15s, they're in 7th position, obviously with a game in hand. Over the page. The under-16s are doing very well at the moment. They're in 4th position, and they are certainly knocking on the door of the top 3. Obviously, the top 3 takes us through to Division 1. While the under-18s, they're looking good at one stage, but they've lost their last 2 games on the trot, and they find themselves in 9th position on the ladder. This weekend, the boys travelled down the highway, making the short distance to Galvin Park, or these days it's called Costas Mitre 10 Park, and they take on Werribee City. Now, Werribee City are struggling across most of the divisions, so we can't get too cocky and say, yep, we're going to get a clean sweep and 4 wins from 4 games. But that's certainly going to be the focus for this weekend, for this Sunday. 14s kick off at the usual time at 9:30, the 15s at 11:30, followed by the 16s at 1 o'clock, and then the 18s at 3 o'clock. That's it for the junior boys program. Now, one thing we've forgotten to mention, this Sunday is the Croatian Cultural Festival at the Footscray Dome. So be sure to come along there. Dinamo will have a stand there, and they'll be signing up tournament volunteers, but they'll be also selling cevape, some of the Dinamo merchandise as well. So get along to the 10th Croatian Cultural Festival at the Hrvatski Dom in Whitehall Street in Footscray. All the action kicks off about 11 o'clock and continues through to 8 o'clock. So if you can't be there all day, at least you can pop in, say hello, and stock up on some Dinamo goodies, that's for sure. And finally, earlier today, we had the draw of the Australia Cup. The next round of the Australia Cup was made, the round 4. St Albans have drawn State League 2 side Geelong Rangers Football Club. That game will be played at Dinamo's ground. And also, Strathmore Split have drawn Gippsland United. So all we know is those games will be played over the Easter long weekend. So I take it Holy Thursday, maybe Good Friday, possibly Easter Saturday. Definitely not Easter Sunday, but maybe Easter Monday. So stay tuned, and no doubt more details will come to hand as we find out about all of that information. And to round off the news desk, it's been a jam-packed news desk this week. Just today, Football Tech from Sydney, the Sydney-based Football Tech, they have announced that they will be coming to Melbourne, and St Albans Dinamo being one of the camp partners, if you like. They will host. We will host a 2-day camp on Monday 8th and Tuesday 9th of April. So from about 9:30 a.m. till 2:30 p.m. both days. There will be 2 camps, one for junior kids aged from 5 till 11, and one for the seniors from 12 till 16. If you'd like more information, do go onto Football Tech's Facebook page. And in the chat section, we'll also put a link where you can, I've just popped it up there so you can see in the chat section, there's a link there where you can actually get all the information. So all the details are online, including how much it is going to cost, where to register, all of that sort of information. All right, folks, it's time to move on with DinamoTV. That was the news desk. And now we've got the From the Vault, followed up by Meet the Sponsors, Meet the Team. And then after that, we'll be back with our first guest for tonight, Christian DOLIC, the juniors president. He'll be talking about the Mali Plavi. It's DinamoTV you are watching.
St Albans was started in 1954, and it was started as a sort of a Slovenian club. Immediately we were accepted really well by the Croatian fraternity, by the Croatian people, and there was always a very strong following of the club. When we joined with St Albans, our players were mixed. We had Scottish, and we had Italian, and we had Croatian, and we had all sorts of nationalities, and it is still true today. We are a multinational club, and we're proud of that.
Back in mid-70s, we were all playing in different clubs all over Victoria, and Light Kasic, velečasni from Clifton Hill, he had a picnic in King Lake of Whittlesea, and we all get together there, and we said, why don't we make one club where we all can play together? The following week or week after, at my place, we had the first meeting, and we even contribute $50 each for our first jerseys. That time in the Industrial League, you need a businessman or a firm to sponsor the clubs. So we approached Mr. Miro Hedges, and he was more than happy to be our first sponsor, and the club was first called Hedges Drafting Dinamo. And back in late 70s, early 80s, St Albans was going down, difficult time, and we had one ex-member of our team, Tony Zobin. His relatives was running the St Albans, and they were going downhill, and we come together and sort of merge with them, and that's how it sort of progressed from there.
When we joined St Albans was relegated to the 3rd division that year. Maybe because we joined up with St Albans or whatever happened, they promoted us straight into the 2nd division. So even before we kicked the ball, we were promoted into the 2nd division. We won the 2nd division in the 2nd season, and because they started the National League of Australia, they promoted the club straight away into the State League. So from 4th division of the Industrial League in 6 years into the State League. This club, Dinamo and St Albans, have been like a nursery for a lot of young players. And there was a lot of good players that went on to play for top clubs in Australia and for the top teams in Europe that have come to this club, and we are particularly proud of this.
The people that play for the club, they were all like brothers. You know, if you want to go to trenches, you would like these people to be around you.
There was a group of young blokes or young men, probably best friends you can ever get. We are still together, most of us still friends. Our kids are friends and our grandkids are friends. My friend here on the right of me is probably the greatest goal scorer that the club had, but I've got one on him. I've scored the first 2 goals of the club. We worked, presidents and secretaries and all sorts of things through the years, bringing players from overseas and going to political to work out how to get things done. It wasn't easy, you know, you're a maintenance fitter, he's a production manager and stuff like this, but we managed. And we are still all passionate. We still come to the club so many years after. There's not many clubs that I feel that are as part of my home and part of my backyard.
The I&D Group is regarded as one of the largest deliverers of concrete structure solutions in Victoria. Formed in 1994 by Ivan and Kathy Filipovic, their passion and commitment to getting the job done safely and economically has underpinned their success in the industry. I&D partners with large-scale building and construction companies in both the private and public sectors on projects large and small. With our corporate headquarters based in South Melbourne and storage yard based in the southeast suburbs, we have at our disposal thousands of square metres of quality materials, along with state-of-the-art lifting and crane equipment, enabling us to deliver the largest projects. We are committed to delivering high-quality projects by partnering with our clients and collaborating with project suppliers to ensure each job is delivered to exceed expectations. From humble beginnings, I&D now employs more than 1,200 dedicated professional and support staff, involved in a number of landmark projects right across Victoria. The I&D Group is a massive supporter of the Croatian community, backed soccer clubs in Victoria, and is proud to be the major sponsor of the St Albans Dinamo Football Club in 2024.
On DinamoTV, it's an absolute pleasure to have the construction manager of I&D Group, Hume Filipovic, son of Ivan, of course, but a businessman in his own right. Sean, first of all, you've had a very illustrious football career, and now it's post-football career. It's all about the commercial side of things. What was easier, playing against some rough and tumble opponents on the park, or dealing with workers and unions and whatnot in the construction side of things?
I wouldn't call it an illustrious career, but anyway, I just played a bit of a part. Nah, look, definitely easier to be on the pitch, that's for sure. I mean, you know, running a business and doing what we do is always comes with its difficulties, but it's also very rewarding in the same way. You know, obviously we employ a lot of Croatian guys, we know a lot of the guys that we work with, so it's good to go to work in the morning and go on the jobs and to see the boys, and that's the part that we love. But yeah, of course, I mean, it's always difficult, but yeah, definitely prefer playing out on the pitch than running a business, that's for sure.
Now, tell us a bit about the I&D Group. Obviously, it's vast and it's large and employs hundreds and hundreds of employees, but what's the crux of the business and what do you guys mainly involved with?
So we specialise in concrete structures. That comes from formwork, reinforcement install and supply, concrete supply and install. We also provide some mobile craneage. Yeah, pretty much the shell of a building. That's what we do. You know, we also have our own in-house engineering. Plus, we have a few other businesses which support our main I&D business as well.
And at that commercial level, I guess, of construction, as you say, is it as hard as, say, the domestic side of things at the moment with the economy going through some rough patches? And if so, how do you find you overcome those obstacles as a business?
I think COVID obviously had a massive impact on every business, not just ours and you know, domestic side of it as well. Obviously, there's not much private investment coming in at the moment, which does impact the commercial side massively. I mean, we did a lot of apartments 5 or 6 years ago. Now there's not many out there. But again, the government has put in some money in terms of public housing and stuff, which we can pick up some work there, and hospitals and shopping centres and stuff like that. So, I mean, yes, it's definitely impacted the quantity of work, but obviously we try our best to keep our blokes employed and to do the right thing by our guys and to try and keep going.
Now, you come from a Dinamo City background, you played there, you captained there for many years, but as a business you sponsor pretty much all the Croatian clubs here in Victoria. When you go to the different clubs, is it hard to sort of take one hat off and put another hat on, or people are very, very happy and respectful of the support you've given them?
Look, I'd like to think that, you know, even whatever happens on the pitch stays on the pitch. So I do have a lot of mates that did and still do play for the likes of Dinamos and Melbourne Knights and all the other sister clubs that are associated with the Croatian community. So look, it's when we go to the clubs, it's good to catch up with some guys, and even old players that I play with as well. I can see one standing over there. I can already spot one. So I do like coming to Dinamo and, you know, even going to nights and seeing those old faces and catching up.
Well, we better let you get to the bar and catch up with one of your old adversaries or one of your colleagues. But on behalf of the Croatian community, I'd like to really thank you for all the support. But also on behalf of the Dinamo community, thank you for support.
No problem. Thank you.
Max Crainer, also from our under 18s. Max, tell us a little bit about what position do you play and how long have you been at Dinamo?
I play centre back. sometimes 6. And I've been at the club for probably 10 years now.
10 years, fantastic, mate. Now, there's a few more rounds to go, maybe 5 in this sort of preliminary grading round. We've got Werribee coming up next week and then a few other games after that. How do you reckon we'll go in those final 5 games?
Well, got a few games to go and we're in a rough position now. We've got to win the next few to make sure we're in Div 1. So big games upcoming and must-win games.
No problem. All the very best, mate, and good luck for the rest of the season. Thank you. Okay, here we've got Brandon, also from our 18s NPL. Brandon, tell us, what position do you play in, buddy?
I play centre-back.
Yeah, how long have you been at St Albans Dinamo?
This is my first season at St Albans, and I've come back from an ACL injury. So
there you go. How's that recovery coming along?
Yeah, I played my first game 2 weeks ago, and for 10 minutes, but we're still getting into it.
So getting into it, so playing on the floorboards tonight, should put a bit of a test on those
yeah.
on those knees, but you're hoping to get through tonight.
I'm feeling stronger than what I was, so yeah.
No worries. And how are you finding it with this? You're in a new team, new group of boys, new coaches?
Yeah, everyone's really nice at the club, very welcoming. I love my coach, he's always welcoming to me. And yeah, I just like the energy the club brings.
Fantastic. And your assistant coach, Chris Dibb, their senior player, who had a scorcher game on Sunday there against Moreland?
Yeah, no, what's it called? He's a really good assistant coach. He's more like your friend on a personal level, and he's good to talk to.
Fantastic. Good luck with the recovery and good luck for the rest of the season.
All right, thank you.
Okay, here we are with Nick from our under-18s NPL team, number 16 for the season. Nick, what position do you play in, buddy?
I play as a 9, 11 and 7, so around all the attacking parts of the ground.
Scored many goals this season, mate?
Yeah, I think 3 or 4.
Scored a couple? No.
So, yeah.
How long have you been at St Albans Dinamo?
This is my first year at Dinamo, actually.
First season?
Yeah.
How are you finding it? How's the
I
vibe
love
around the club?
Very good family club. You feel like a family when you go places, so yeah, it's a good thing about it. I love it.
Fantastic. And your teammates are there in the background?
Yeah, playing
Any
football.
of them standout comedians amongst that group that's playing at the moment?
Oh, you know, sometimes they can be quiet or sometimes they can be too loud, so you never know.
No problem, buddy. Yeah. Okay, here we've got Jono from our under-18s. Jono, tell us a little bit about yourself. What position do you play, buddy?
Play CDM usually, or as an 8 or as a 10.
You've been at Dinamo for a while, or?
Yeah, this is my 7th season.
7th season at Dinamo. And how have you found it? You keep coming back. You're loving the atmosphere around the club and the buzz.
Love it, yeah. I'm the captain of the team now, which is
captain of the team. There you go. Fantastic. And just looking around the players that are in your background there, who do you reckon is the biggest sort of prankster? Who likes doing practical jokes or sort of a bit of a jokester?
Nick, always messing around.
Always messing around, doing stuff.
Big head.
And we can see maybe your coaches in the background. We can see Mickey Pete and Chris Dibb.
Yeah.
How they been this season as well?
Amazing.
With Chris coming in as well.
Yeah, he's doing well as well.
Yeah.
Pushing
Senior
us.
captain, assistant coach.
They're pushing us well. We're doing better with him.
Fantastic. Another 5 rounds to go in the gradings. How do you reckon we'll go in the next 5?
Hopefully win them all. Pushing for Div 1, but yeah, never know.
Fantastic. Div 1 will be fantastic, but all the very best, mate, for the season.
Thank you.
Good luck with the captaincy.
Thank you.
Playing soccer, and I like scoring goals and getting the ball and playing soccer. Yeah, good.
You score a lot of goals?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many?
10.
And do you play with other boys and other girls?
Yes.
How many? A lot of boys and girls?
Yes.
And who's your coach?
Teta Stanko. Kicking the ball.
Do you score lots of goals? Yeah? How many?
16. Mali Plavi means Dinamo and Mali Plavi means sport.
What do you do?
I play and score 100 goals.
100?
1,000.
1,000? Every game?
Yeah. And sport means Dinamo.
Kicking the ball and scoring goals.
And do you make a lot of friends too? Yeah? How many friends have you made?
A lot.
A lot?
Team ball.
What else?
Do
you make many friends?
My friend.
Who's your coach?
Mummy.
Your mum. Is she a good coach?
Welcome back to DinamoTV, folks, and that was the Mali Plavi class of 2017, and Mali Plavi in Croatian translates to the Little Blues. Well, I think they should change the name, honestly, to Mali Slatki Plavi, the Little Sweet Blues, because they were absolutely adorable. Speaking of the Mali Plavi, well, the class of 2024 is about to kick off very, very shortly. And to tell us all about this hugely successful and, dare I say, hugely adorable program that is run by the St. Albans Dinamo Football Club is KRISTIAN DOLIC. KRISTIAN, very, very warm welcome to DinamoTV. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good, Punch. How are you?
Mate, there's only one word to describe those kids, adorable, but no doubt there's a little bit of white line fever. When they cross that white line, they become little monsters. Tell us all about the Mali Plavi program and how it all started and how it all came about.
Mali Plavi program, it's been successful within the club over the last probably 15 years. So it came alive in 2009, 2010 era. And it's been, it's grown from then on. So every year we get consistently more and more of the young, 3 to 5 year olds that come through, boys and girls that come and join the Mali Plavi. And it's a great little community that they build. They build friendships. New families come to the club. People who've been at the club for so many years meet new people, and it builds on for there. So it's really great to see new faces. Look, my son wasn't a part of the Mali Plavi. He came in and played on the sevens, but a lot of his friends that he got to play with and still plays with will come from that era, So it's really good to see. It's enjoyable. You see the kids have fun. You see them there running around, and
look at the tops.
Excitement.
Have a look at the tops. They're like dresses, eh?
Extra small? We've worked on that, and we've got some good sizes now for the young kids.
Oh, cute.
And there's some great faces there, I can see Stefan Gall's son there from the get-go, and there are some kids there that are still at the club, which is great, There's little Kershaw is there, Luka, Utrusha, there's Gal and Mioch there as coaches, It's really fantastic to see, and guys like that have been around the club so long now. It's grown, and coming from Mali Plavi to where they are now, under 12s or under 11s, it's great.
Now, look, when everyone starts playing soccer, they do it for the pure enjoyment. And as we get older, the expectations get higher. You get into the NPL, and everyone wants to be a Messi or a Modric or a whoever else. But at that level, it's all about pure love for the sport. And is that something that the coaches and the club itself really tries to do, is instill that love for the round ball?
Tonji, this year we did something different, and Gal and I worked closely together to incorporate with our kids and families we want the kids to have fun from the get-go, right? Even up to that pre-NPL stage. Like we want to be competitive, and we do rank ourselves highly as one of the best football clubs in Victoria. Although we want these kids to develop from a younger age to come and enjoy the game. Playing under pressure is definitely not a lifestyle that we want to encourage. We want them to come to the game or come to training, come to the club, really focus and enjoy themselves with the coach and their friends.
Yeah. Now, we've seen the explosion of women's football, female football, mainly because of the Matildas and the wonderful, successful World Cup. And look, has that translated from what you've seen into more increased interest by girls, by females wanting to play Mali Plavi or take part in Mali Plavi?
Tonji, look, with Mali Plavi still getting expression interest now, so that does go live in early April, which is fantastic to see. But if we speak about women's football and what's happening now, we've got 17 mini group teams now, and out of those 17, we've got 6 female teams.
Wow.
It's exploded. Like from last year to this year, I think we did the math and we had a little pie chart going, because I do love my stats. and there was about 39% increase in female participants to the club, right? Wow. So it was huge. And the Matilda's coming along, and we will have a guest a bit later in Yana Chulana, who came from the Mali Plavi program, and she currently plays for the women's senior team here at Dinamo. Not to mention a few other guys like Marko Bulic, he also plays with the seniors now as a keeper, and Yana's two brothers who didn't want to come live, I suppose, but yeah, Maxie and Joseph, they're both playing with the 23s and the seniors respectively. Yep. So, look. The atmosphere's there, the culture's there. You know, Rob Chulana as a father, he's been around the club for years. He knows my old man, and you know everyone gets along. So it's really fantastic to see. You know, I'm hoping one day my son will be in that same picture.
Yeah. Now I'm noticing just by some of the photos and some of what you've been talking about, Rob Chulin, and you know who knows his football, yourself, Stepan Gal, who's also played at a higher level. Then who else was it? Ivan Miochi's there as well. Yep. So these are all high caliber coaches. You know, just junior coaches, full stop. but even at that level, that micro ruse level, whatever you want to call it, Mali Plavi level, the coaches are quite high caliber themselves for that level. So even then, everything that is sort of the structure, the program is so very professionally done, isn't it?
Absolutely. So again, we have a high value at our club, right? So we want the kids to have fun. We want the coaches as parents. Again, we're all volunteers from Mali Plavi all the way up until even the 13s pre-MPL. Mm-hmm. So as a volunteer, we're there and we expect our parents or expect our coaches just to teach them the basics. Yeah, we're not a Barcelona football camp as much as we'd love to be and as much as the kids would want to be, right? But we're Dinamo Football Club and we're based there in St Albans, and we want to grow the youth. What we want to see if one of our kids has made it into a high-level NPL, a high-level A-League, overseas, whatever it is that we can say that boy's come or that girl has come from Dinamo and they've come from our foundation. So that's our big goal. You know, we've got 270 odd, I think, kids running around this season. It's huge. It's huge. We're struggling for ground capacity. You know, we're training off field. We come back just after Easter, and even then, it's going to be chaotic with the MPLs and the seniors that are running. And you know, you've got your Gorspich Bears, you've got your Vukova that we've got to accommodate. Your Wednesday nights. It's a lot to happen. It's a lot happening there at the club, especially from that Mali Plavi and generation there.
Well, we spoke to President Ilya Dragicevic a few weeks ago back on DinamoTV, and he mentioned about the master plan and how, you know, we really do need a synthetic pitch, an all-weather pitch, just for the amount of usage that is happening. But look, you know, if we look at just at the social elements of what the club's doing, and it's you know, getting a lot of kids active, and we know about these days the inactivity of kids, the obesity problem overall. But also there's that social side of things where we're keeping kids off the street. And let's face it, the West is a really kind of a tough area and at times very disadvantaged. But Dinamo's doing its bit to really keep the kids, you know, off the street, active, all of that kind of stuff. Do the politicians, the councillors, the state government, federal government politicians, you know, do they appreciate what we do? And is that something that, you know, we can expect them to help us a lot more over the coming years?
Look, I think as a community and a club, what we do with the councils is high level, right? So John Biloff works really, really close with the council, you know, working with them. We always encourage kids that can come to our community and our club and be safe, right? So again, I know I can take my son there and my team can go there, and we know there's a boundary around there at Dinamo that. And it's hard to explain unless you've grown up there and everyone thinks St Albans, it's, you know, a bit on another West, but when you're at the club, you feel safe. There's parents there that look out for one another. You know, there's kids that look out for one another. The older kids look out for the junior kids. So it's really, that's brilliant to see. You know, you don't have that back of mind thought that, where's my son, where is he, or where's my daughter, where are they gone, are they hiding, are they okay? You know, it's really, I encourage parents to come there and just experience that with the club. It's really, it's good. It's good to know.
Absolutely, and that's something that is something that we forget about. We really do forget about. And it's that community, and we talk to a lot of the guests that we've had on DinamoTV. They all seem to emphasise, whether they're Croatian or not in Croatian, they're part of the Dinamo family. They're part of the community, and that's something that is just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But mate, I think we've spoken enough about the Mali Plavi program. We've spoken enough about the merits, but you're the coach of the under-9 Mini Roos, and obviously a lot of those kids have come up through the ranks. But let's listen to what some of the kids in your team have to say, and hopefully if they do mention about their coach, they say nice things about him. But let's see what the under-9 Mini Roos at Dinamo have to say about the Mali Plavi program, as well as two very high-profile graduates of the program way back.
My name is Ante, and I started playing Mali Plavi when I was 3 years old. My coach was Danny, and my favorite thing to do in Mali Plavi is to make friends. And I chose to be a soccer player because it was my favorite sport.
Hi, my name is Josip. I started playing for Mali Plavi when I was 3 years old, and my coach was Stepan Goal. And I liked Mali Plavi because I could make a lot of friends, and I chose to play soccer because I like to kick the ball around.
Hi, my name is Michael. I started playing for Dinamo when I was 5 years old. My coach was Danny. My favorite thing about soccer is that it is so fun and everybody likes it.
Hi, my name is Leo Frangic, and I started Mali Plavi when I was 4. And my favorite thing about it was skills and playing matches at the end. My coach was Danny, and I wanted to become a soccer player because it was my favorite sport. And it still is.
Hi, I'm Yana Chulina. I was a part of the first Mali Plavi team. From what I remember, it was a lot of fun, and I created a lot of new friends, and obviously enjoyed it enough to still be playing to this day for the senior women's. So come bring your kids down. It's a great environment for them to build connections and love
Hello
games.
everyone, Marco Bullic here. I'd just like to say to everyone who is starting in the Mali Plavi, good luck. I know when I started back in 2009, and Rob Tolino was actually one of my first coaches. We went undefeated for the whole season, and from that very team, I've still got friends and people who now I consider family, obviously still with me today. Couldn't have asked for a better upbringing and better club to be a part of. Back at Dinamo, obviously, after moving on and trying some things in my career, and yeah, wouldn't want to be anywhere else if I'm being honest. Good luck and enjoy.
There you go, what some of the young graduates and some of the older graduates, and what Marco just said there really resonated. Couldn't ask for a better upbringing. The club, the community, apart from obviously his family, but his family very, very heavily involved with Dinamo over the last few generations. What incredible stories. And Christian, that must touch your heart, touch a nerve, listening to some of those testimonials, if you like.
It does. Some of these, like the beginning where the few of the kids, like I coach them now, when I still feel like that they're at that Mali Plavi age, and it's something my old man always keep in mind and be like your 18th, your 21st, we're gonna show that video at your your birthday and try to kind of embarrass you. And I did the same with my kids now. I've got videos of them and of when they first began and what they wore, and their socks were up to their gut check in a way because they couldn't fit into them. And then you see they become adults in a way, right? They become more mature. They become more realistic. They understand a lot more, and the joy is still there. So that's what it's about.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic. Now, mate, a lot's happening over the coming, the next few months, really. I mean, obviously the new season's going to be underway straight after Easter, but there's a couple of tournaments. There's lots going on. Tell us what's going on down at Churchill Reserve with the juniors and Uniroos.
Tonchi hasn't ended, mate. The 25th of Feb, every weekend, it's been either Saturday for the under 8s and 9s or a Sunday for the 10s, 11s and 12s that we were in a Diamond League for the Kangaroo teams. So that's based between George Cross, it was at South Melbourne, Bentley Greens and Dandy City. This week we're into the last round of that. So Saturday I'm up in Bentley myself with my teams and the 8s and the 10s this week. There's a few others that will be around the traps as well. So that concludes the Diamond League, which then we fall into Sunday where we have a George Cross and Sullivan's Dinamo Gala Day at George Cross. So they're hosting that, which will be good. So this is the first time we will be doing a joint Gala Day together. And that's to give opportunities to teams like the under-7s who don't enter tournaments at this age and so forth. Get the opportunity to go and play, meet new coaches, meet new people as well, and start building those relationships. Get those mobile numbers and build on that. Following that next week, just before Easter, we've got a few teams have organised to go to a Mali City Cup, which is probably one of the bigger tournaments that are based in Victoria in this side of this year. So there is another one at the end of the year, which is Shepparton Cup. This one's probably a mini one. If I speak on the under-9s, there's 32 under-9 teams across Victoria entering just this tournament.
Wow.
So it's almost like a mini World Cup for the under-9s, and they don't even know it yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So there's a lot happening. It's going to be a huge year. It's going to be a massive year. And, of course, it all ends with the Australian-Croatian soccer tournament. Another fine opportunity for a lot of these young people to make lifetime memories and lifetime friends. But Christian, we're going to have to get you on sometime in the next few months on DinamoTV, because I'm sure there is going to be a lot to talk about and a lot to cover. So thanks for joining us tonight and explaining to us all about the Mali Plavi program. By the way, is it finished? Can people still show interest or express interest?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Expression of interest still open. Jump on the Facebook page or online. There'll be a job form. Please fill it in and please send it through. And all the information will come through social media or an email back in relation to start times. Like I said, I encourage a lot of kids to jump on board. New generation, let them go have some fun.
Absolutely fantastic. Christian, on that note, all the very, very, very best for 2024.
Thanks, Tonchi.
Good on you. Christian DOLIC, who's involved with the Mali Plavi program in 2024. Folks, when we return, we will be crossing live to Churchill Reserve. It's Thursday night, training night. We will be speaking with the team manager, a very happy man this week indeed, Jason XERRI, who got the best birthday present of all with the 4-0 win last Sunday. And we will be also joined by this week's Player of the Week. Who could that possibly be? Stay tuned. That's coming up straight after this short commercial break.
Westar Prestige is a family-owned second-generation business which is celebrating 50 years of operations this year. They're a specialist prestige collision repair facility situated in the western suburbs of Melbourne, Victoria. However, they service all regions in the state, with many of their clients travelling from far and wide to use their services. They're also able to provide a digital platform for quoting clients' vehicles who are unable to personally attend their premises. They're an authorised manufacturer-approved repair facilities for Mercedes-Benz, Tesla, Peugeot and Suzuki, and are proud of their ongoing affiliation with these brands. They also work closely with a number of Australia's largest insurance brands who entrust them to be part of their preferred repairer network. Their support staff are always happy to assist clients from the initial process of lodging claims through to the final stages of collection of the vehicle on completion of repairs and post-repair. So remember, for all your prestige collision repair needs, consider Westar Prestige, an award-winning, long-standing Australian-owned business.
Welcome back to DinamoTV, and we are crossing live to Churchill Reserve. It is training night, and we are speaking with none other than the Football Operations Manager, Jason XERRI. Jason, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, Conch. How are you?
Well, first of all, mate, happy birthday for, I believe it was Monday. I hope you had a really, really good day, and the boys gave you a great birthday present Sunday night, didn't they?
Yeah, look, it was great to celebrate my birthday on Monday. Obviously, public holiday down your neck of the woods, mate, for a wonderful sunny day, and obviously, yeah, great to wake up Monday morning with three points in the bag.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about that. I mean, it was a real 6-pointer, wasn't it? Coming up against Mali City, who were strugglers themselves, but geez, if ever we needed a win last Sunday. But the turnaround, like 4 goals, we looked really good. Both those penalties we really deserved. I think the Mali keeper's lucky he didn't get a second yellow for that second penalty. But how did you first of all see it, and how did the boys? What was the build-up to Sunday?
Oh, look, I think there's no doubt that Sunday meant a great deal to everyone. Obviously, we haven't gotten off to a fantastic start, and there's no hiding that fact. But you look great to get the monkey off the back and get the first 3 points of the season. We were disappointed with, I guess, with the start. Because we're aiming for we're not here to just make up numbers, and we're better than what we've probably done in the last couple of weeks, and yeah, just to get the 3 points is obviously what we play for, and we deserved it on the day. I thought at the end it was a pretty comprehensive scoreline. We probably started off a little bit slower in the first half, but the second half was. Felt we dominated that second half, and rightfully so. We got the 3 points.
Now, Coach Ryan McGuffey and the rest and his assistants, as we saw by that slide with the starting lineup, not major changes have been made to each team each week. So that suggests either we don't have the depth, which we do. We've got a lot of talented young players there ready to bite. But it sort of suggests to me that he had faith in the playing personnel, and he knew that when it clicks, sooner or later it's going to click, and the rewards will be reaped. Is that how the situation is? Like, is the mood in the dressing room, despite the last few weeks, the bad results, has the mood been there one of hope, of anticipation that sooner or rather we're going to click?
Yeah, look, I think that's probably the best way to describe it. From day one, I think we kind of anticipated a little bit that it's going to take a little bit of time for it all to click. We've got a lot of faith in the group that we've got, and it was kind of a bit of a matter of time before it starts. And look, I think saying that, we did get the win on the weekend, and obviously we're quite delighted with that. There is a lot of faith in the depth in the squad this year. It makes for some tough decisions for the coaching group and Guff for match day to select what they think is going to be best for that particular match, and that can change from week to week, as we know. Different opponents, different sometimes game plans, and obviously the personnel have to sort of match that particular game plan. But we've got some decent players coming off the bench who can probably start at any given time, and vice versa. They can swap with other people. So the depth is there, it's just a matter of really now putting the last 4 weeks behind, 5 weeks behind. We've got the 3 points. We can't get carried away because we won on the weekend. There's obviously every week in this league is a challenge, and we've got to be up for a fight every week. And if you're up for the fight, you're giving yourself a chance to get 3 points, and that's where we want to be at week in, week out, and not just we need that consistency now going forward for the rest of the season.
Speaking of consistency, or inconsistency, if you like, I guess the next opponent, Hume City, they've won 3 times, but they've also lost twice. We want to make it quite even for them, so we're going to make it 3 wins and 3 losses for them after this weekend. But obviously Hume City at their ground, Hume City Stadium, always a very, very tough team. Ryan made the comment there, it's a bigger ground, and that obviously is going to be totally different to Churchill Reserve. How are the boys looked in training this week ahead of Saturday's big blockbuster?
Oh, look, the guys have been working hard on the training track as they do every week, irrespective of what's happened in regards to results and so forth. The attitude and the application towards training and game days has never really faltered. And going forward towards this game, look, Hume is obviously a team that's again probably had some inconsistencies in the season. We always have a good tussle against them. I think it's been pretty even over the last few years overall. But look, we'll definitely, Guth will definitely put out a team that's, look, the big pitch is obviously a different to what we have at Churchill Reserve. But again, I think saying that, we've probably got the personnel that are able to utilise the channels and so forth, and we've got enough quick plays to sort of cover the ground. So it's probably not something that's too much of a concern at this stage. But it's just a matter of, again, now resetting after the win on the weekend and being prepared for the weekend for Hume on Saturday. Before
we turn our attention to Saturday night's game against Hume City, 8 p.m. kickoff there at Hume City Stadium. Let's look back at that 4-0 win at Churchill Reserve. And, mate, you're about to announce who this week's Player of the Week was.
Yes, so this week is Player of the Week is Scott BAKKOR, our international visa player who had a pretty decent game on the weekend, got his first goal for the club this year, which is fantastic, and we'll look forward to seeing some great things from him in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome. Well, we're going to get Scott on very, very shortly. He's going to be coming on straight after you. Jace, once again, happy birthday to you, mate. And may the birthday celebrations extend well into this weekend with another 3 points for the Saints.
Fantastic, mate. Thanks, Tonchi. Cheers.
Good on you. We'll be speaking with Scott BAKKOR shortly. Okay, welcome back to DinamoTV. There's going to be a very quick shuffle of musical chairs, if you like, because in Jason's seat is now Scott BAKKOR. So, Scott, congratulations, firstly, on winning the Player of the Week award, and secondly, welcome to DinamoTV. How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you. Obviously, I've been listening the last few weeks, so it's good to finally catch up. And it's good. It's good to finally get the first win on Sunday, and the boys have been buzzing the last couple of sessions at training, and it's good to see a happy spirit around the group. And going into Saturday, we're looking forward to it.
Now, you're an attacker, and attackers just love scoring goals or get hungry. And each week, as it's you've gotten closer and closer, and then it just exploded on the weekend. What's the competition been between you attackers at training this week? Has it been sort of that extra 10% ferocity in some of the drills you do, or the little small-sided games? What's the mood like leading up to Saturday?
I'll be honest. Obviously, I know the last two or three results before Sundays haven't been the best, but the training has been pretty solid the whole time. Obviously, the last couple of sessions, you've noticed that an extra 5 or 10% kind of bit of confidence in a few players. Obviously, from the win, players gain confidence, and people are up and about. So to be honest, there's not been a huge change. I think training has been at a very high standard since I came in. But as you can see and tell, that there's going to be an extra 5 or 10% after a win like that on Sunday.
That's awesome. That's what all the Dinamo fans want to hear. And mate, what do you know about Hume City? Where are they going to be most dangerous in your opinion?
I've, like everyone, we can watch the YouTube channel. So I've been catching a couple of previous games on there. So we've got a couple of big boys at centre back. a couple of big boys up front. So we'll be looking to, they've got a big pitch at their place. So we're going to be looking to hopefully play through the third, play through the middle, and not kind of play to their strengths, which is obviously the two big boys at the back. So yeah, it's we're kind of focused on that last couple of sessions as being to kind of let's play a bit more football. Obviously, it's no lie, our pitch is a bit bobbly, a bit difficult to play on at times, especially with it being so dry recently. But hopefully on Saturday on a big pitch on a nice surface, we can get the ball down and play.
Excellent. Well, it all kicks off at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. The under-23 is kicking off at 5:15, so it should be a fantastic game. The weather looks like it's going to be perfect. It's not going to be like it was last weekend. So, mate, we're wishing you all the best. And I'll tell you what, we're still waiting for someone to win the Player of the Week award for the second time. And, mate, I'm going to be voting for you because I want an attacker once again to do well this week. So, mate, my money's on you.
Thank you very much. And like I said, it's massive for the club, and we really want to do well for everyone. So, cheers for that.
Good on you. Scott Backkoor, the winner of this week's Player of the Week award. Folks, don't go away. We're going to wrap things up, and we've also got some breaking news as well that we're going to reveal a little bit later on, straight after this short little jingle break. Let's call it that. Okay, we're nearly there, folks, and there's the breaking news at the bottom of the thing. We already announced this earlier, but the St Albans Dinamo under-15s played their rescheduled NPL boys round 6 game against Green Gully earlier tonight. That was rescheduled from after it was stopped at halftime because of the heat last Sunday. The final score was 1-1 with Reese Bazanko scoring Dinamo's only goal. So well done to Reese Bazanko. Well done to the 15s. Who managed to get a point there. So we're going to bring up that ladder. That means now Dinamo and Gully, well, they don't change positions because they were in 6th and 7th position. So Dinamo remains in 7th position. They've got 7 points. Now, I thought everything was going smoothly, and everything was, until we were told in the comments section that the under-18s are in fact in 4th position. What actually happened was the 16s and the 18s, the ladders were flipped. How silly of me. Anyway, there we go. St Albans in the under-16s, they find themselves in 9th position. But the under-18s, they're like 10 points. So they're only 2 points behind Caroline Springs, George Cross in the under-18s in 3rd spot. So they are, with 5 rounds to play, they are in a good position to fight for a Division 1 finish, if you like. So this week, it's going to be a huge weekend of football, massive weekend of football. And remember the Croatian Cultural Festival this Sunday at the Footscray Dorm in Whitehall Street from 11 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Do try and get in early. Otherwise, all the Chevape are going to go very, very quickly. And from me until next week, have a very, very good night. And also, almost forgot, we almost had an international guest for this week. We will be having one in 2 weeks' time. So that's going to be our Holy Thursday extravaganza show. It's going to be a massive show. And next week, we'll be back again at 8 p.m. on a Thursday night. Until then, good night. And remember, mismo Dinamo. Good night.